Well, good afternoon, beloved. I want to welcome you to another community check-in. What I'm going to do at this time is give you a little time to come in. What I want to remind those of you, who are watching this. Some of you don't watch this live, and I understand that, and that's perfectly fine. I'm about to edit. Here's what I want you to know. If you're not watching this live, but you do want to watch the word and the prayer, then fast forward about 20, 25 minutes. Just keep playing with it. If you're watching this on YouTube or if you're watching this on Facebook, the good thing is you can scroll down the timeline. You can find where you need to get so that you can begin the word right there. You may not want all the preliminaries. You may not want the prayer request. You may not want the question of the day if you're not watching it live. And that's perfectly fine. For those of you who are watching live, I want to say welcome to Community Check-In. Welcome, welcome, welcome again. I'm excited. We're about to begin a new series. If you looked at the title, then you know what the series is. The series is simply just entitled Close Strong, Open Stronger. We are already going to begin to talk about and to think about 2023. But we're going to do that by focusing on how we're going to end 2022. You hear me? We're going to focus on 2023 because what I want to do is I don't want you to wait January 1st to have a new life, to start again and all that. I want you to go into 2022 with momentum. So that's where our focus is today. We want to talk about today closing strong, opening stronger. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about closing 2021 strong so that we can open 2022 stronger. Continue to come in. Let me get some housekeeping things out of the way. The first thing I want to remind you to do is please remember to like this as you come in. The first thing you ought to do as soon as you come in, hit that blue and white thumbs up, hit that red and white heart, hit that care symbol. I believe today we're going to become a better people. We're going to become a better church. And so I want you to continue to comment in the comments. But here's what's just as important. What's just as important is that as we continue to share this time together, I pray that you would share your life. I believe what the series we're about to go into is going to be applicable for everybody in your life. So share your life today. Tag someone today because we're talking about closing strong and opening stronger. Would you do that? What I want to do, as I am encouraging you to share your life, I'm going to begin right now to share mine. So going right now to my Facebook, hoping, there we go. Slowly but surely it's downloading. Thank you to those of you who've already shared. And I'm about to take time to share. As you come in, please come in and say hello. How to end the year. I'm typing my invite. How to end the year strong and how to begin next year stronger. Check in with me. Posting this. All right, here we go. I'm taking a moment now. I've just shared my live. I wanted you to share your live. Let's go in and let's say hello. Good afternoon, Amy Lanice Cowherd. Thank you so much for this reminder. Let me begin the day by saying happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans, both on this live, to all of us who are related to veterans. Happy Veterans. This is going to be an important series. For those of you who care about self-growth, self-improvement, This is going to be a critical series. So I want to, but I want to say again, happy Veterans Day. I'm everywhere, you all. Good. Hello, Pastor, High Folk, family, and friend. Lisa, it's good to see you from over there in YouTube land. Gloria Martin, you're saying good afternoon. Happy Veterans Day to all the folk veterans. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sandra Manasseh. It's good to see you again. Amy Cowherd is saying hello to her YouTube family. Margaret White Darby says hello, and she sends blessings to everyone. Thank you so much for asking how I'm doing, Margaret White Darby. Here's how I'm doing. I told you all Tuesday I was my best. I'm still not my best. Here's the good news and the bad news. You all know, and we'll talk about this in some other series, I really, really believe that the key to changing our feelings is changing our actions. Actions change our feelings. So I've not been feeling my best emotionally. I've been in a kind of down mood really over the last few weeks. But what I'm happy about is I'm getting into the actions that I know that will make me feel better. So I'm proud of myself. I'm excited about my actions, but now I'm waiting for my feelings to catch up. That's how I'm doing. Good to see you. Good afternoon, Michelle Gordon. It's good to see you today. Slim, good to see you, and good afternoon to you. Gerard Johnson, good to see you, my brother. Glad to have you on here today again. Let me just say happy Veterans Day. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Gerard, for your happy Veterans Day. All right. I've got to give you all a question for the day. And here is the question for the day. If you did not Here's the question of the day. If you did not have to work another day in your life, what would you do? If you did not have to work another day in your life, let's say money's no object, somehow you have an indispensable, a perpetual source of income. You don't have to work anymore. What would you do? What would you do? That's the question for the day. If you did not have to work another day in your life, what would you do? That's what I want you to answer today. That's what I want you to answer today. If you didn't have to work another day in your life, what would you do? While you're answering that, I'm about to get our prayer request together. While you're answering that, I am about to get our prayer request together. Okay. And so my prayer request is starting with Amy Lanice Cowherd. Thank you so much. I'm putting down your prayer request in our prayer list right now. If you didn't have to work another day in your life, what would you do? Go into the comments. Everybody ought to have an answer for that. If you're retired, you ought to have a really good answer for that, Lisa. Tell us what you would do now that you don't have to work another day in your life. Retired people, you have a heads up on this answer. You have a heads up on this answer. I'm getting prayer lists together. Thank you, Gloria Martin. I see you, and I'm getting your prayer list right now. I'm getting your prayer request, and I'm putting it on my prayer list. While I'm getting these prayer requests together, you all are going. We're talking today, for those who don't know, we're talking today about how to close strong and how to open stronger. Thank you so much, Margaret White Darby. I see you, and I'm about to go find your prayer request, and I'm about to add it to the prayer list along with the extra prayer you just asked for today for your son, Daryl Palmer. I got him. All right, you all have started to answer. I'm going to start off answering because I'm up on my prayer request, but here's what I would do. If I did not have to work, here's what's interesting. Another day in my life, what would I do? Here's the blessing about what I do. I would do the same thing. You know, I've thought about every now and then, don't be too holy for this, you all. Every now and then I play the lottery. I invest, and I often wonder if I was tomorrow to become rich, what would I do? I really would do some version of the same things I do right now. And that's the blessing. I'm blessed by living a life where I get paid to do what I'm called to do. I get paid to do what I'm called to do. So for me, if I didn't have to work another day in my life, what would I do? I would continue what I continue pastoring. I continue ministering. I try to write more. Now, my life wouldn't look the same. I'm not too holy. I would probably travel much more. I'd probably live in a different house. If I didn't have to work another day in my life would look different. I'm not trying to be holy on you all. I would travel more. I would go more places. You all know me. I would hike internationally. I probably once a quarter would hike internationally. I probably once a month would travel to hike. But I would expand my traveling. My traveling would expand deeply. And so those of you who are retired, I see some of you all answering. Let's go to some of your answers as we're going into this list. I love this. I like this. Probably still work, but that's a good sign, Slim, because that means in some ways you love what you do. Everybody's not blessed to be that way. And so that's actually a great sign. Travel, spend more time with family. I love it. Those are good answers. For those of you who are coming in, we're answering the question. If you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook, we're answering the question. If you did not have to work another day in your life, what would you do? That's our question for the day. We're about to get into our word in about 9 minutes. We'll get into our word. But the question for the day is, if you did not have to work another day in your life, what would you do? And Michelle Gordon says, I would travel the world. Travel's big. The older I get, the more I value travel. When I was younger, I did not value traveling as much. Don't be too holy, you all. I valued partying. Yeah, I didn't care about new experiences. I wanted to party. I love partying, y'all. Listen, to this day now, I still love a good party. I just don't have the energy. I'm old, y'all. I don't have the same energy. But we're asking, if you didn't have to work another day in your life, what would you do? Michelle said, would travel the world. Just go everywhere. I get that. Margaret White Darby says, I would travel. Isn't this funny? Travel is a common theme, starting with visiting relatives I've not seen in a while. You better than me. Well, you know what? Most of my relatives are local. So that wouldn't be my first stop. My first stop wouldn't be relatives. But I would go see my relatives, but that wouldn't be my first stop. You all, for those of you all who are coming in, come tell me hi. For those of you on YouTube, it's good to see you. For those of you on Facebook, we're getting more and more YouTube people, and I love that. If you did not have to work another day in your life, what would you do? Margaret White Darby says, we gave her question. Amy comes back and says, tough question, Pastor, because I'm fully retired and I don't have to work. I'm a caregiver for my disabled mom and raising my 2 eldest grandchildren who are virtual learners again this year. Okay. Listen, so one thing about it, you do have to work. Now you may not have a job, but Lord Jesus, you working, Amy, because caregiving is a lot of work. It's draining, it's exhausting, but it's fulfilling work. And caring for 2 grandchildren who are virtual learners. I get them going in the mornings, head out, do self-care walking and spend time with God, and it gives me peace. Phenomenal answer. Here's another retired person, Lisa Gonzalez. I work in my yard. I like it. I ride my bike daily for exercise. I watch my Asian dramas. I still owe you an Asian drama, Lisa. I still owe you an Asian drama. I need you to tell me again. I'm telling you now, I'm gonna do it. You know, don't run. You gotta wait for me sometimes. You have to be patient with me. I am gonna get to this Asian drama. Bake yeast rolls to give away, whatever I want. The virus has stopped me from traveling and being social. Here's a question I have for you, Lisa. You ride your bike daily for exercise, I'm assuming outside. What's your cold limit? How cold does it have to be for you to say, no, we're not going out on this bike today? That's what I want to know from you. How cold does it have to be for you to not ride your bike? For those of you coming in, if you did not have to work another day in your life, what would you do? We're about to transition. We're about to transition into our word, but answer the question. Gerard Johnson from YouTube says, I would work out daily. That's good stuff. I would travel. I like this third one. Gerard. I would start a mentoring program for young Black men. Let me pause parenthetically. I'm glad you said that, because what many of you all are speaking to, this question forces us to ask ourselves about what meaning in our life. What are the things that give us meaning? What are the things that give us fulfillment? Oftentimes, if our job does not give us any sense of meaning or any sense of fulfillment, then oftentimes, if we don't have to work, we wouldn't do anything related to our job. For those of us who do things that do give us meaning and do give us fulfillment, a lot of times, even if we didn't have to work, we would keep working. But more importantly than just work, how do we live lives where we feel are meaningful? How do we live lives that we feel are meaningful? We've got an answer. Let me go back for those of you who've come in. Our question of the day, as you saw, was if I did not have to work another day in my life, what would I do? Lisa said, I work in my yard, I ride my bike daily for exercise. My question to her was, what is your cold limit? How cold does it have to be for you not to get on your bike? Lisa, I'm impressed with this answer. I'm impressed. No such thing as too cold, says a woman from Boston, Massachusetts. I put on layers and I am impressed. I'm impressed because that's not my testimony. There is such thing as too cold. In fact, I hate to say this. You all know I've stepped down from playing, from captaining my kickball team, and I am going to continue playing kickball, but I'm going to do it much less frequently. I like practicing still, so I'm going to try to get training in and practicing. I like the act, but there's a lot about it. I want to travel without kickball. I want to travel. And a lot of my travel, as you all know, is kickball related. I love kickball, but I'm tired of traveling for kickball. I want to just see the world. I want my weekend to be free. Y'all, when I travel, Saturday and Sunday is a shot for me. Friday night, I can't even have fun because I'm worried about the next morning. So, but what's funny is there's a 40 and older tournament coming up, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I'm embarrassed to say this, and I hope nobody on the team is watching this. One of the things that's going to be my deciding factor on whether I play or not, how cold it is. Y'all, if I don't have to, I'm not playing in the cold no more. They've got a tournament this weekend. My old team has a tournament this weekend. I'm wishing them well. I'm wishing them good luck. I hope they do well. But y'all, when they start off, it's going to be in the 30s. Can I tell you, I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Now, see, Lisa, have I ever skied or ice skated outside? I did ski for the first time a few years ago. I was surprised how warm I stayed. I thought I was going to be miserable. It was a family thing. I was doing it for the family. I thought I was going to be miserable skiing. I enjoyed it. That being said, it's still certain things just too cold for me. I don't like cold as a principle. I'm a tropical people. Lisa, if it were up to me, we would never have winter. I don't need winter. I don't need winter. Winter is a season that for me personally, now I know God does all kinds of things in nature with winter. Don't get too holy on me. But just for me personally, I'm a 3-season guy. I could do spring, summer, fall. Fall for the beauty, spring for the life, summer for the perfect weather. Those are my 3 seasons. I don't need winter, y'all. I hate to break it down to you like that, but it is true. All right. That was our question for the day. Looks like we can go ahead and transition, and that's what I want to do. If you do want to continue to answer the question of the day, but here is what I want to encourage us to do today. Somehow I lost a banner. You all give me just a moment here. All right. We're about to start a 5-part series. We are about to start a 5-part series. Here's what I want you to do before we start today. We're getting back into the word. I want to give you one more chance. Share this live simply and solely because we're about to get into the word. And I promise you, there's somebody that this is going to help. In fact, if you know someone, 2 people I'm about to give you, they're exact opposites. If you know someone If you know someone who is goal-oriented, tag them right now. If you know someone who is goal-oriented, tag them right now. Now listen to this. If you know someone who is not goal-oriented, tag them right now. All right. I got to figure out who to tag, y'all. I put myself in these positions, don't I? Oh, my goodness. Okay, let me turn my down because I've got to I am going to tag one of the SS crew, Gerald Henderson. I'm going to tag Keith Wesley. These are my SS crew guys. That's who I'm tagging. It's not letting me tag Keith Wesley. Okay. Let me tag Gerald. Wait a minute. I don't want to use this. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I got to find a way to be myself. We're tagging people right now. If you know someone who's not goal-oriented, tag them right now. I've got to find a way to get into this and not be Fellowship of Love Church. Okay, so let me do it like this. Exit out. Let me go to my page. Actually, what I should be able to do is go here, go to Bashan. There we go. All right, here we go. Gerald Henderson, I'm tagging. Who else can I tag? Y'all, come on. Who else can we tag? Let me tag my mom. I haven't seen her today. I want a third person. This is for me. You don't have to tag one person, but tag someone right now if you're on Facebook. And let me think about who do I want to tag. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Good to see you. Right now, Kathy, we're about to get into the word. I'm challenging us to tag someone we know. Good to see you. Want to say hello. You said hello, everyone. I just want to put you up for those on YouTube. They can see you. Kathy says hello. Close strong, open stronger. If you know someone goal-oriented, tag them. If you know someone who is not goal-oriented, tag them. I'm lost. Y'all, I'm going to have to go with those two. All right, there we go. I tagged my two. Y'all couldn't see them, so let me just tag somebody else. What if I just did the app? Nobody comes up. Okay, Heather L. King. I'll tag. There we go. All right, I tagged Heather. Heather's goal-oriented, just so you all know. I don't want to try to put her business on the street. There we go. Okay. I wanted to do a series very, 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 very similar to a series I did last year. Because one of the things that I really, really believe is that we ought to start talking and thinking about our new year at the end of our old year. One of the things that I am increasingly convinced about is that I don't want to start off my new year trying to get momentum. I want to go into my new year with momentum. And if you're like me and you are praying for momentum in your life, then this is the right live for you. This is the right live for you. I praise God for this testimony. It was meant for me to hear this message today. Close strong, open stronger. Because what I'm talking about today is how do we end our 2021 in such a way that we open our 2022 even stronger than ever. That's what our focus is today. Close strong, open stronger. Here is the spiritual principle that in some ways is going to be the spinal cord for everything we talk about in the next 5 community check-ins. Are you ready? Let's go. How do we close strong and open stronger? How do we close 2021 strong and open stronger? Here's my suggestion. Treat the end of the year like the beginning of the year. This is what I want to focus on today. We've got 5 sessions. We've got time. We're going to walk slow. This is the first principle that I want to give you today. Thank you, Michelle. I see you. I see you tagging Brian Gordon. I want to encourage someone today to treat the end of the year, the end of this year. How many weeks do we have left? I'm not counting this week. In this year, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks left in this year. This is what I want you to do. What does this mean? I guarantee you most of us began this year with some type of resolutions, with some type of goals. If you began this year with some type of resolution or with some type of goal, 2021, if you began 2021 with some type of goals and some type of resolutions, go into the comments right now and just give me any kind of emoji. It can be a strong emoji. It can be a this emoji. It can be a thumbs up. Give me something in the comments to let me know if you began 2021 with some type of goal or with some type of goals plural or with some type of New Year's resolutions. Go into the comments now. I need your feedback. Let me know. Let me know if you went into 2021 with some type of goal or with some type of New Year's resolution. I want y'all to know I can be obedient. Watch this. I like this. I'm participating with you all right now. Talk to me right now. Go into the comments if you began this year with some type of goal or some type of goals plural or some type of New Year's resolution. Give me any type of emoji in the comments. YouTube, Facebook, if you began this year with some type of goals, some type of resolution, some type of goal. Here's what I want you to do. If you are like me, at some point, you fell off. Thank you, Michelle Gordon. I see you. For those who don't know, those who are just coming in, I've asked the question, did you begin 2021 with some type of goal, some type of New Year's resolution, or some type of goals plural? If so, go into the comment. That's fine. Amy, that's fine. Because I've got something for you. I'm glad you said that. Listen, you didn't let me know because I've got something for you. Y'all, let me tell you something. The gospel is for all of us. And I've got something for you today. Even if you didn't let me know. Here we go. I love it. I wanted to exercise more and I've accomplished it again. I love it. I love it. Praise God. William Byrd said we started our conversation with the lovebirds. Last something ago we spoke to in 2020. I like this. Here's what I want to tell you. Here's what I want to tell you. Lisa, William, Michelle, Bashan. Here's what treat the end of the year like the beginning of the year means. Whatever you began this year with goal-wise, pick it back up. And end the year strong, living in that goal. Now, I had 2 physical goals that I shared with you all. I'm probably not going to make. But that doesn't mean I can't recommit to them. 2 things that I wanted to do. These are just some of my physical goals. I wanted to bench press 315 pounds. I'm not going to make it. I had injuries. I got lazy. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to bench press 315. But here is what I can do for the last 7 weeks. I can finish working out strong. I've been off working out for about 2 weeks. I just started back this week. I'm working out this afternoon. I am picking up my beginning of the year at the end of the year. Because for me, the process is more important than the result. Whether I bench 315 pounds at this point is not the point for me. The point is, I'm going to end 2021 working out strong and getting stronger. Treat the end of the year like the beginning of the year. Here's how you do that. Here's how you do that. Reclaim your goals. As you leave 2021, think about what you committed to at the beginning and reclaim your goals. For those of you who do not have goals, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. But I'm encouraging someone today to reclaim your goals. Do you want to close 2021 strong? And do you want to open 2022 stronger? Here's how you can. Treat the end of the year. Treat the end of the year like the beginning of the year. How do I do that, Pastor B.A.? I reclaim my goals. We've got over 7 weeks left in 2021. Use these 7 weeks to reclaim your goals, reclaim your ambitions, reclaim your dreams, reclaim your resolutions, and end the year strong. Now, at Fellowship of Love Church, how did we begin this year? How did we begin this year? Does anyone remember the first sermon series of 2021? For those who don't, I will tell you. But first, I want to see if anybody wants to guess. I'm going to give you time. Does anybody remember the first sermon series of 2021? Anybody? Anybody remember the first sermon series of 2021? I'm giving you time. Here it is. That's fine, Amy. If you don't remember, that's fine. I just wanted to give y'all a chance. The folk year began with this series, Bigger and Better. For those of you who did not have goals, here's what I want you to remind you. The first principle that we preached in 2021 was this simple here. Treat the end of the year like the beginning of the year. Reclaim your goals. Fellowship of Love Church began 2021 with this principle. When we connect our lives to something bigger, our lives become better. One of the ways you can live a better life, is to connect your life to something bigger than you. That's what I want to ask you today. If you want to treat the end of the year like the beginning of the year, go back to the basics of your connection with God. These last 7 weeks, pray like you've never prayed before. These last 7 weeks, fast like you've never fasted before. These last 7 weeks, read like you've never read before. If you don't have any goals that you began with 2021, I will give you one. Find a way to connect your life to something bigger than yourself. Because when we connect our lives to something bigger, our lives become better. That's all I got for today. Real simple, real simple. How do we close 2021 strong? And how do we open 2022 stronger? Here's the first thing we do. We treat the end of the year like the beginning of the year. We're going to, in these last 7 weeks of our year, we are going to reclaim our goals. Whatever goals we had at the beginning of the year, we're reclaiming them. We're reliving in them. For me, it's working out. Now, I didn't tell y'all the second goal, and I'm being honest because I didn't want to live in it. But I'm being convicted right now. My other physical goal was to run a mile in 6 minutes. You all, I have not been running. Here's the commitment I'm going to make for you. I'm going to run more in the last 7 weeks of this year than I did before. I'm picking back up running. I'm picking back up because I've been convicted right now talking to you all that I was preaching something I wasn't prepared to live. I promise y'all, I knew that was my goal. And I didn't want to say nothing because I don't like running. I'm going to start running. Maybe I get to a mile in 6 minutes. I doubt it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to treat the end of the year like the beginning of the year. I'm about to start lifting harder. I'm going to try my best to get my best bench press before the year is over. And I'm going to start running. But if you didn't have goals, I want you to remember, and I'm picking this up too, what we talked about at the beginning of the year. As a church, we began the year committed to being bigger and better. Bigger and better. And what we said was, when we connect our lives to something bigger, our lives become better. Our lives become better. Now, see, let me tell y'all something. Ms. Lisa says, what about biking? Biking is probably great, But that wasn't my goal. I've got to reclaim mine, Miss Lisa. Now maybe in 2022 I'll pick up biking. Although I often ride the stationary bike a lot. But I'm reclaiming my goals. My goal was two of my physical goals were bench press 315. I've never done it. That was one of my goals for the year. I'm not gonna make it. Injuries and laziness combined, I just not gonna make it. I will say this: I am stronger than I've been in a long, long time today. I'm stronger than I've been in years today. Did not reach my goal. I probably will not bench 315, but my bench press is stronger than it's been in years. So my 2021 was not a complete wash, but I'm not going to reach my goal. But these last 7 weeks, I'm going to go out strong. I'm going to go out hard. I'm going to go out running. I'm going to go out lifting. But here's what's more important. I'm going to go out connecting my life with something bigger. I'm going to improve my relationship with God these last 7 weeks. I want to pray harder. I want to pray more. I want to read more. I want to be more focused on my spirituality. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. We got a 5-part series. That's what I have for you today. We're moving into our prayer. Every head bowed, every eye closed, every heart praying. Every head bowed, every eye closed, every heart praying. God, today I love you and I honor you, and I thank you for being God all by yourself. Today, God, I am reminded that you call us to bigger and better. Today, God, I'm reminded that as we end this year, God, I'm praying for every man and woman who can hear me right now, that you would assist us in ending this year strong. God, I pray that we'll end 2021 better than we began it. I pray that we'll be stronger. I pray that we'll be better. I'll pray that we will be more loving. I pray that we'll be more prosperous. I pray that our relationships would be more connected. God, I'm praying for everyone who's listening to me right now, that we're able to close out this year strong and we're able to open our 2022 stronger. God, I'm praying because I believe you are a miracle worker. I believe that you give breakthrough. I believe that you give deliverance. And so, God, I am praying in intercession, standing in the gap between broken hearts that want to be mended, between heavy hearts that want to be lifted, between burdened shoulders that want to be relieved. God, I'm standing in the gap. I'm standing in the gap between people who are broke, who want prosperity. I'm standing in the gap between people who are unemployed or underemployed that want a better career. I'm standing in the gap between people who are sad, who want happiness, people who have despair, who want hope, people who have frustration, who want peace. God, I'm standing in the gap today. I'm standing in the gap between people who are sick, who want healing. I'm standing in the gap. I'm standing in the gap for people who are lonely, who want company. God, I'm standing in the gap for people who are lost, who want to find salvation. God, I'm standing in the gap today. I'm not only standing in the gap to every man and woman who will hear this live, but I'm standing in the gap right now. I'm standing in the gap right now for those who we've said we want to pray for on our prayer list. So God, right now, I'm praying that you would lift James Walker and Tracy Blackwell, Samuel Perry and Shirley Warren, Sandra Jalla, Michael Jalla, Lillian K. Cole, and Ruthie Prophet. God, I pray right now that you would lift right now Nicole on Amy Cowherd's list. I pray that you would lift up Amy Cowherd and Antonio Cowherd, Tiana, Tila, and Teelan. I pray right now that you would I'm praying for healing for humanity. I'm lifting Tia Howard and Alexia Guidry, Jamal Davis, and all of our veterans today. As we celebrate Veterans Day, God, today, I'm praying for every veteran in our country and in our world. I'm praying for cancer patients today, for Irene Jenkins, Aline Martin, Theodore Diggs, Jenkins family, and Patricia Coleman. I'm praying for Margaret White Darby and family, Valeria Boykin and family, Ayanna Palmer, Shankta Ann China, and Daryl Palmer. God, I'm praying right now for those who we've listed and for those who we've not. I'm praying right now, God, for a blessing for Felicia Holmes at her food drive and her networking event this Saturday. God, I'm praying that you would bless, that you would deliver, and that you would set free. We're here today, God, not simply because we want to be, but because we need to be, God. Because, God, we recognize our dreams will never be fulfilled if you're not in them. Our path will never be cleared if you're not walking with us. Our nights will never turn into day, God, if you're not shepherding us. And so, God, right now, I'm praying that you would show up and show out in a very real and meaningful way. God, you know we always ask for your forgiveness. You are a God that has looked beyond our faults and seen our needs. You are a God who has poured out your amazing grace and dished out your tender mercy. You have given us things we don't deserve. You have held back things we do deserve. And so, God, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being our God. Thank you for being our provider. Thank you for being our protector. Thank you for being our source. Thank you for being our comforter. Thank you for being our wheel in the middle of the wheel. Thank you for drying our tears. Thank you for clearing our path. Thank you for blessing our way. Thank you for making room. Thank you for looking beyond our faults and seeing our needs. God, we say thank you. And as you continue to be God and do what you do, we will continue to give you the glory and give you the praise. This is our prayer. We pray it in the loving, liberating, and life-giving name of Jesus. Amen. And thank God. Beloved, I want to thank you again for joining us today at our community check-in. We'll be here Sunday at 9 a.m. for virtual worship. But as we go to and through our many different destinations, I want to touch and agree with you. I pray that this Sunday I'll see you again, and I pray I'll see you with someone new who hadn't been to church in a while. I pray they'll be with you. But as we go to our many different destinations, I'm touching and agreeing with you, Kathy. Michelle, I'm touching and agreeing with you. Bird, I'm touching and agreeing with you. Kathy, again, I'm touching and agreeing with you. Amy, I am touching and agreeing with you. Lisa, I'm touching and agreeing with you. Natalie Walker, I'm touching and agreeing with you. Listen, Gerard, I'm touching and agreeing with you. May God bless each and every one of you today. May God keep each and every one of you today. May each and every one of you have a fun, productive, prosperous, profitable, and proficient weekend. And you know what I'm about to tell you? Please remember to live in love. Margaret, I'm touching and agreeing with you. You all have a great day.